The Madman! It's the weekend, but the card reviews don't stop here. We've got Krystal Song Portal, 2 mana spell. Discover a Druid minion. If you have no minions in your hand, keep all 3. I remember when I was very excited the first time that I saw my first 2 mana draw 2 card. That was Forge of Souls. And at that time I was like, this has never been done before. A 2 mana card that draws 2 cards. And now, here we have Krystal Song Portal. Play all your minions, probably in some sort of aggressive-ish deck or a tempo deck, and then you play Krystal Song Portal, and then 2 mana, draw 3. Yes, the cards aren't as good as drawing normal cards, but Druid minions overall are pretty decent. And accidentally revealed alongside the Krystal Song Portal is the Druid of the Acorn. 1 mana 2/1, Death Rattle, add 2 1/1 squirrels to your hand. Arguably better than Firefly, and we all know Firefly was widely played and was very good. Just fill out your curve with squirrels. Good in the token Druid too, because, I mean, you have a bunch of tokens, so you can buff your squirrels with Power of the Well. Good in the hand Druid deck too, which has some overlap with Token Druid. When you combine both the Token Druid as well as the idea of having a big hand size in Druid, you also have Whispering Woods, which is a good combination of the two. And that deck looks like it might be a direction for Druid. For Hunter, we have 9 lives, 3 mana, discover a friendly Death Rattle minion that died this game, also trigger its Death Rattle. So a card like this pushes the Oblivitron idea, where Hunter is going to be a class with Death Rattle activations and perhaps more Death Rattle cards. I feel like we're a good Death Rattle mech away from seeing this entire puzzle piece itself together, but clearly the mech Death Rattle theme is being pushed. So we're gonna have to wait and see on whether or not more Death Rattle cards than Hunter get printed, but this looks like a promising direction for Hunter as well. Mage gets Magic Trick. 1 mana, discover a spell that costs 3 or less. A cute small card. People are buzzing around the idea of Small Mage, where you use really cheap cards alongside your mana vortex, and then you get lots of spells. You can even use these cheap spells alongside the other spell lovers, such as Stargazer Luna, or Fex Crow, or Gadgetzan Auctioneer. Mana Worm, lol. Most of the spells that cost 3 or less are pretty bad, but when you're using Magic Trick just as a way to fuel your spell lovers, maybe. Rogue gets a very spicy card into its archetype of burgling. Vendetta, 4 mana, deal 4 damage to a minion. Cost 0 if you're holding a card from another class. Is 0 mana, deal 4 to a minion good? I think it is so good. This is clearly one of the power cards that is going to push the idea of Burgle Rogue. You already want to play Blink Fox in your deck as a 3 mana 3/3. Now it's even better because it activates your Vendetta. You already wanted to play the 4 mana 4/3 Hench Clan Burglar, which adds a card from another class into your hand. That's even better since Vendetta costs 0 then. We always knew that Backstab SI7 was an extremely powerful turn 3 play, but perhaps even better is Blink Fox into Vendetta. So yes indeed, Vendetta looks very, very promising and pushes the Burgle Rogue right along. And it's even worth mentioning that while not casting Vendetta for 0 is a little bit of a bummer, it's not a dead card if you don't get another card from another class. 4 mana, deal 4, while bad, is not disastrous. You'll be casting that sometimes. And a twist! We are seeing into how this entire Warlock combo deck is going to work with Plot Twist. 2 mana, shuffle your hand into your deck, draw that many cards. People are comparing this with, ooh, get another mulligan. That's pretty good. Yes, it kind of is that. Toss your whole hand in, get a whole new hand. Where this card really shines is, of course, in control decks, where you could Plot Twist up to 9 cards into your deck, allowing you to really fish for something that you really want, and perhaps getting rid of your more situational cards. There are 2 really interesting elements on Plot Twist past just put it in a control deck as maybe a card filter if you have a meta where you really specifically want to search for specific cards. The first is in a new type of combo deck such as Dead Man's Hand, where your hand has to have 2 Plot Twists and 2 Augmented Elic. You simply play your Elic and then you play Plot Twist, and then you'll shuffle your Plot Twist and Elic, 2 copies of both, into your deck. as well as whatever else you have in your hand. So this does allow you to go infinite. And really, Warlock is a better class than Warrior to go infinite on because their hero power allows them to filter through their deck a lot faster. So if you really want to narrow down your deck to plot twist, Elic, and then like a really good card, then you could do that. The other combo with this card is with the new legendary from Warlock, Fellord Betrug. As soon as you're at 10 mana, you lay down your Fellord Betrug, you play Plot Twist. You're probably control deck, so maybe, very optimistically, your hand is 8 cards. So you draw 8 cards, some of those are going to be minions. Your Fellord Betrug summons all the minions. Copies, by the way, of cards in your hand, which means your hand is still 8 cards. And then you can rush with them and like immediately clear the board while also clearing the way for Fellord Betrug to just stand on the board and be a big threat still. So when you actually summon these copies with rush, what are you looking for? What types of minions? Well, you'd want death rattle effects. You want them to give extra value on top of just clearing the opponent's board. So maybe, just maybe, a card like Eager Underling? Eager Underling is a 4-mana 2/2, death rattle, give 2 random friendly minions, +2/+2. It's like Fungalmancer, except 1-mana discount, and the Battlecry became a death rattle. This is a particularly bad effect to get changed from a Battlecry to a death rattle because your friendly minions don't quickly get the +2/+2. Fungalmancer immediately granted them that, and then they could attack. Eager Underling not only has to wait a turn, they have the chance to clear off your minions, and then they can clear the Eager Underling, which means you're incentivized to immediately sacrifice Eager Underling. So people are thinking, oh, how about with Grim Rally? The problem with Grim Rallying Eager Underling is that you lose out on the 2/2 stat line. That's pretty tough. It turns Eager Underling into just give 2 random friendly minions +2/+2. Is that worth it for 4 mana? Plus you had to have 2 minions on the board, and you have to like use a 2-card combo. It's very questionable. But that leads me back to what I was going for. What if though you pull the Eager Underling out with Fellord Betrug and it has rush? Then it's really good. This card getting rush actually makes it very strong because then it becomes like Fungalmancer. You get the full value of the Eager Underling stats as it immediately rushes into stuff. And since it was going to die at the end of the turn from Betrug anyways, you've got the +2/+2 in the bank. So here's the dream for Fellord Betrug. You've got your Dr. Morrigan pulling out a cool new card from your deck. Your Kieran Bloodhoof leaves a 4/5 on the board. You send your Eager Underlings in, and then your Bane Bloodhoof, and then your new Dr. Morgan card gets the +2/+2 buff. Sounds like a great idea. Or maybe overly convoluted and terrible. More Weekend Edition Rise of Shadows cards tomorrow. Will we finally see Hunter Mech Death Rattle come together?